All right, here we go. We're moving away from Clerk. The more I dug into it, the more I realized it's going to be too much work for a simple onboarding process because you have to like input some DNS stuff. Like you have to add DNS records on your domain, wait for them to propagate. And so we're going to ditch that and pivot to Better Auth, which is open source. Which I like that idea more anyways. Basically anything, the thing that we're trying to do with this, dude, really? The thing that I'm trying to get to with this is, I'm gonna put this right here for all intents and purposes. The thing that I'm trying to get to is a boilerplate project that is really easy to not only use for building features, but also really, really easy to set up, like a couple terminal commands at best or at worst. So when I was working in Clerk, it was gonna have to, like, I had to do a bunch of DNS stuff, which I don't really like to do. I know how to do it, but it's like if someone is a solo founder and they're not really familiar with all that stuff, it's gonna be friction. And so trying to build a system to where it's like frictionless, really low effort is gonna be important. So that's what we're going for. Yeah. Let's go into Neon, log in, should have our 2 minutes ago, seems about right. Let's go to tables, we should have a rate limit in here. No tables. This is stage. No rows, but it does have the table in there. So that's all we're looking for right now. Yes. Yes. All right, let's see where we're at on here. Cute little error. Just trying to get this new auth server set up. npm install, npm dev. Once this is done, because I've pretty much set everything else up, we'll be really close to integrating the next thing, dude, again, which will be The next thing will be Posthog for analytics, and then Sentry, and then maybe Playwright, and then we start building some features out. Yes, that's fine. Let's run it. Also, I finally got my local Whisperflow set up. So, well, Whisperflow clone at least. I ran out of like free stuff on Whisperflow the other day, and so I created my own. And I call it Soku Voice because it's on brand, and it works the exact same way. I have a dictation console in here, and this took me all of about, I don't know, 4 hours to do. And like I can build in new features and stuff too, but like this is 100% free, 100% local because I'm using this local model GGML base. And so if I push the function key, it starts recording, and then there's two different potential outputs at least. The first one is like raw, so everything I say, and then the second one would be cleaned. I don't have it on right now, but this would like run a prompt against a different LLM, which would be Claude in this case, like Claude Sonnet or something, and it would like clean it up, so it would move filler words and stuff like that. But now this like, it's the same right now because that's off, so raw and cleaned is the same. But yeah, locally 100% functional, 100% free Whisperflow. And it's crazy to think, honestly, that like Whisperflow they just raised $30 million, which is insane. And I built this in 4 hours. Just shows you how much marketing is important, right? But I will rather use mine because it's mine, and because it's free. So I could build more features into that where it's like, I was actually thinking of building an integration with like a local Obsidian, and so every time I talk to it, it kind of learns the way I talk, you know, and so it'd be like my voice. I could set it up for different things. Drop development condition, what? And abilities and expect packages. Sure. So yeah, there was some bugs though, in the there was some bugs in this. I was like, it was listening to what I was saying even though I wasn't pushing down the function key. It started recording when I pushed down like other keys, like the arrow keys for whatever reason. There was some bugs where it wouldn't like automatically copy paste, but we got it all sorted out. And I know nothing about OS app development. So that was kind of fun. All right, let's see. I gotta start this little cutie over. pnpm install. And pnpm dev. Get this little cutie running. We're gonna sign in. No. And we'll do my email. I'm almost positive this is gonna throw like a 505 or a 500 error or 404 or something. Let's just see. Ooh. Okay. Well, it did throw an error. Resend failed to send to your sign-in code to is not verified. Please add and verify your domain. Well, it's app.this. It's not this, but we'll go ahead and add it anyways. Resend. It's a good sign. Domains. Add domain. No, not like this. Maybe I. Ugh. I wonder if I can just hack the system and go to Cloudflare. Go away. Log in. A la me, we go to domains. I know, dude, I know. We're working on it, bro. Domains, overview. We'll go to launch Soku. DNS, records, and then look for, it's one of these. Oh, that's for sale. Resend. Oh, it's got a domain key. Yeah. Send.app. Okay, so I got that working, but I'm getting this error now. Let's copy this. The application actually lives on app.launchsoku.io and not just launchsoku.io. So I'm wondering if there's a misconfiguration in the code versus a misconfiguration on the resend dashboard. Yeah. So let's see what that says. Let's see what it comes back on. .com. Yeah, we got to change it to IO, my brother. You little goober. Okay, let's try that. Either way, you need to add. Resend gives you until domain. Okay, let's try that now. I suppose we'll do install again, and then we'll go dev again. Come in here. I don't know why it always opens this one. It always launches this tab, which is annoying to me. Okay, we got another error. The launch Soku domain is not verified again. Yeah, we know that. If you go this route, set resend, yeah. I'm gonna have to do this off screen though because it's a part of the environment variables. So bear with me here for a second. Where is this? I think it's an API. Where are you? No. No. Yeah, I thought I did that. So this. Launch Soku.io, is that what we need to do? Is that what it was saying? So it said I think it's this. I think it's just this. I gotta change this. Yeah. And then update. Oh, wait, wrong one. I think that's right. Dude. Okay, we got a different. Your sign-in code, same one. Please verify your domain. I thought I did this, dude. @send. I literally just did this. Maybe I delete this, the subdomain off of here and just do the root launch soku.io. That's probably what it is, more than likely. Return path send. Yeah, let's try that. Give it a go ski, auto configuroni. Authorize. Hopefully this deleted all of those other ones in here, because that would be super nice. Let's see if it deleted the app. So it doesn't look like it removed it from here. So it's going to be a cow figuring out which one is which is super annoying. I'm not even going to lie about it. But let's go back over here. Wait for this to verify. And then, off the rip, without having to rebuild or anything, technically should work. So there is an argument for separation of concerns with like launchsoku.io versus app.launchsoku.io. But from what I have seen and what I use at work and stuff, everyone just uses the root domain, so shouldn't be a big problem. Let's give this a refresh and see what happens. Still verifying. Ah, sick. All right, we try again. Go back to launch Soku. Also, this is misleading because it did not send this. Oh. Use a different email, send code. Ooh, we got a 200. I do love a good 200. I'm gonna do my email off screen for obvious reasons. Don't want you guys seeing what kind of cologne I buy. That's a secret. Gotta keep that tight to the chest. What am I doing? Gmail. That. Ooh. We got a little cute little sign-in code. Let's see what happens when I paste. Beautiful. I love that so much, actually. So much better than Clerk. Almost zero onboarding. Obviously, there's some stuff, but the DNS alone, the fact that all you have to do is add your domain in there, and then it auto connects. You know, I use Cloudflare because it's goated. But that was super simple. So in the future, when I hand this project off to literally anyone who wants to use this same kind of build, this will be really, really easy for them to set up. So mission success as far as locally goes. Get status. Get. Oh, we're on main. Get push. And yeah, one thing that I do want to do very soon, I need to add start like a Trello board for all the stuff that I want to do, because like as time goes on, I'm gonna forget like all these little features that go along with like the boilerplate side of things. And the more I add, the more compelling it'll be for people to want to get started with it. But one of the things is, for marketing at least, when a user signs up or signs in, but definitely both, signs up or signs in, we want to be able to know when's the last time they logged in, and if it's been like 7 days or something, we can go off of workflow, right? It's like you can build a workflow inside of Go High Level, which is a CRM that we're using. It's like if the user hasn't signed in within 7 days and they're still an active member or subscriber or whatever, or they're not, you know, they're on the free trial, then let's send them a reminder email. It's like, hey, these are all the cool things you can do, because we want people using our software, right? That's the whole point. So yeah, that'll be something I want to build in there. But let's go to GitHub, see what the status is of this little cutie. Oh, did I not push? I don't think I pushed. I did push. So, where are you? Let's go to for sale. Launch Soku Web 1 day ago. Why didn't... Oh, I didn't add anything, that's why. Get push key. Alright, there we go. Running all our tests, running all our lints, which is great. So we know that we're not going to break anything, hopefully. The problem here now is going to be, I'm going to need to change some environment variables yet again. So this is probably gonna crap on me here in a second, but I'll go change those. I'll go change those environment variables in a minute. Enable web analytics. Deployment, this should be, oh, it's queued. So we got another one going to probably this guy. 40, yeah, so now this should be going. Yeah, so marketing's Gucci. So if I go to launch soku.io, always forget about that. And it finishes, which is, should be soon. Ah, fantastic. Failed. I've never seen this error before in my life. What is that? Failed to collect configuration for not found? I've never even seen that. Oh, better auth secret is required in production. Generate one. Oh, okay, yeah. So I do need to do this in the environment variables, which I'll do off screen for obvious reasons. Environment variables. Wait, let's go back and copy that value. Better auth secrets, environment variables. Add one, better auth. It's over here, so I'm gonna go grab it. Welcome there. Weird. Where are you, little cutie? Better auth secret. This little guy right here. So we're gonna go back here, paste it. Doink. Better auth URL. I'm gonna need that too. Better auth URL. I think it's gonna be app. I guess you don't. Yeah, I guess you don't know. We'll keep it there for now. And if I need to change it, I can. So we're gonna trigger a redeploy. Let's see what this gives us. Logs, let's see. What you got for me? This looks promising. Always looks promising when you're getting all of these kind of chilling. Dude, if that would have shown my keys just now, I'd have been so pissed, because inevitably, for whatever reason, that seems to always happen when I'm streaming, dude, is somehow I accidentally show like a environment variable or something, and I have to go rotate it, which is always annoying. In this case, the longer the better. Yeah, this will pass in a second. Well, this is taking a little too long, though, to be honest. Okay. Well, it went over 2 minutes just a minute ago. It must have just like on a polar or something. All right, we'll go. Sign in. Chasse. Couldn't send code. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to logs. This was not today. Was it? 11:19. Wait a second. Okay, this is actually good because I haven't deployed my app yet. My API. Well, no, that's incorrect because it's on Vercel. This is a serverless function. So if I go into source app API auth route, right? Sign in. This should be in the Vercel logs, actually. Yeah, these guys. This is what I was expecting to see earlier, but you didn't show me. Okay. Production. And tables. 0 tables. So let me go neon. Log in. Let me go to stage. Oh, actually, sorry. Dev tables. It's this little cutie. Rate limit. Rate underscore limits. So if I go here, create table. I actually don't think I need both of these. I think I just need the one because we've got the branches in here. So let's fix that real quick actually. I need to just change those database URLs out. Also, I don't know if you ever use this thing called Magnet. It like helps you order your windows according to like a specific size, and you can like do keyboard commands. This is a wild red herring. But you can do keyboard commands to set it up where however you want the window to show up. And so I have it to where when I'm streaming, I have the left 2/3. Well, I should name it left third. But it's what it was before. I just changed it earlier. So now it's like this width. And then right would be this side. And then the center is actually the center 2/3. So if I wanted to go full screen on this, I just got to do Shift Command R, which is dope. I love this. It was like a one-time purchase. Best purchase of my life, to be honest, as far as software goes. But now I'm wondering if I could make it on my own. That seems pretty difficult though, to be honest. And it works so well. All right, I do need to do this off screen though, because it's gonna have my database URL in there. Let's go here and off. No. Excuse me. Let's go settings. Oh wait, it's up here. Connect. And then let's go in here. Database URL. I'm just going to delete these. Delete. 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 Now let's go into here actually. Connect. Yeah. We'll do all of them. Production and preview. Well, that's the thing I don't understand about. That's production. And then what about create child branch? Okay. Dev. Never. I don't think we need connection pooling. Actually, I don't know what connection pooling is, if I'm being completely honest. Yo, what up, dude? How you doing this evening? Well, it's evening for me. All right, so now we're gonna go back in Vercel. We're gonna do add another. This is just production. Ooh, wait. No, you go away. Save. We're gonna do another one. Database URL. Oops. This is gonna be preview only. Save. I'm doing some environment variable stuff off screen for obvious reasons. But basically just connecting my database. And let's do a redeploy on production. Let me just make sure that I'm tracking here. Let's go to Vercel, deployments, This little cutie's building. Yo, what up, dude? What's good? How you been? Camfi? Seems like a cool handle, dude. Camfi? Like a cool, like, screen name or whatever. All right, waiting for this little cutie to build. Most likely causes your production development. Yeah, this is what I thought. Table drift plus unverified resend domain. I already did this. Real-time log to confirm rather than just guess. This is what I love about having the CLIs connected, having the MCPs connected, is it's gonna go look It's going and looking at all my real data, which is sick. I love that about AI. Exists. So I still need to create that table in there. Create that table in there. So I could do it in here. This is stage. Where'd it go? The production one. This. Nice. Tables. So AI is doing it for me right now, which is dope. So let's see when this finishes, if it's going to automatically do the database migration based on my schema. Currently I'm building a SaaS boilerplate. So this, building like a production ready, like up to 50,000, 100,000 daily active users, that's fully agentic, so that you'll only have to build features and not infrastructure. You don't have to worry about end-to-end tests. You don't have to worry about scalability. You don't have to worry about authentication, and you own all of it. And the goal is to have everything feed back into this own system to where it like self-heals and you're able to build software very, very quickly and build features very quickly. Because like, you know, when like Claude and Codex, you know, when like Claude and Codex, they released like their phone app, and like you can like code from your phone basically. But the amount of times that I've done that, like on other apps, and it breaks something else without knowing, is like most of the time. So the goal is to be able to code from your phone, you know, tell it to build a feature, it goes out and builds it, you review it, and then just put. I appreciate it. I think some people could use it. Do I think it's groundbreaking? I don't think it's groundbreaking. It's not like this crazy idea. It's a good idea that will save people a lot of time, get them closer to their goals, and so they can focus on building features and not like all the nitty gritty of the background code. So the idea is like they'll be able to clone this repo and then run a couple terminal commands, and it'll all be set up for them, you know, within maybe a couple minutes. Like, I don't know. Depends on how many connections I can get. So like I'll have to connect to Neon Postgres, I'll have to connect to Better Auth, Vercel, Resend, some other stuff too. But that's like phase one of what I'm doing, especially like this whole streaming journey that I'm doing. Phase 2 is using this same app infrastructure and building version 1.0 of something I already built. But it's like the MVP version, and I don't like, there's no users right now because it's just internal. But it's MySoku. This shouldn't be like this, actually. Weird. Anyways, the first layer is like you post a Instagram and it reposts to all the other platforms. But then I was showing someone else this the other day. Where was it? I was on the staging website. So you'll be able to set up automations for your social media accounts. So you'll post a TikTok, it'll repost to like Instagram, Threads, Facebook, whatever. But then you'll also be able to do templates. I don't know why the previews aren't showing, but you'll be able to do templates to where, you know, if you're an infopreneur and you're like, oh, 5 best ways to monetize your audience, let's just say. And they talk about those five topics. You can then go in and create templates that will, like, so this one's a template for Facebook specifically, and it'll do like text-based, right? So an example might be like something like this. You're an expert LinkedIn content strategist. This should say Facebook, but it's just a test. Engaging professional posts. Transform the provided video transcript into compelling LinkedIn post. So it takes what you already said in, you know, the first video, and then reposts it to like a the platform specific type, so like text, or another template that I created. I don't know why it's not showing the previews. I haven't looked at this in a while. It's like a tweet style, right? So it's like, this UI is awful, but like the tweet style that you see pretty often. You'll have like, let's go to Instagram and then go Alex Hormozy. So he does like tweet styles like this, but he'll post it on Instagram. And so he's said this kind of like, fastest way to change your life, change who you're friends with. He's probably said that in a video somewhere back here somewhere. And his team goes in and makes this version of it, right? And like this one, same thing. Don't take advice from winning people who aren't winning, which is most people. And so instead of like having a full team to do that, this app will be able to do that. You'll set up a template. You'll get this text-based stuff that's auto-generated from the transcript. You can pass the transcript into this, and then it'll make it. And then it'll post it to whatever platform you have it hooked up to, right? Like this. And I have filters in here too, like because like not every time will you want to use that template, right? So if you're talking about a day, like say you have a personal brand too, and it's like you talked about your mom or something. It's like, oh, today I hung out with my mom, we had a good time. You don't want to create a tweet template like that. So you can be like, if this is, or I could say like, if this is not business related or inspirational quotes, skip it. Enable, filter enabled. I can save it, and when the transcript comes through and it reads the transcript, it'll be like, oh, if it's not AI related, or sorry, if it's not business related, just skip this and it'll skip it. So It's kind of cool. What's your plan for distribution? It's a very good question. Distribution's the hardest part. But I'll probably do like affiliates to begin with. I'll partner with a couple of infopreneurs that do how to grow on social media, right? So people like, he was just on here just a minute ago. People like this guy, right? He teaches people how to grow on Instagram. He doesn't really do the template type stuff, but honestly, he could use this and it would crush for him. But partnering with people like him who teach people how to grow on social media. I desperately want to do something like, who is it? Oh, ClickUp Comedy. So this ClickUp Comedy dude, like, look at that. Where'd it go? ClickUp Comedy has more followers than ClickUp itself, right? And so on here, all they do is like make up like little sketches, and it just gets the name ClickUp out there, right? Like they probably don't get a ton of people. Their website traffic is probably like, I don't know, 2% of these views. But 2% of 1.3 million, 44K, 700. Let's just say based on the first, these are likes. These aren't even views. Hold on, let's go to views. 19 mil, dude, that's crazy. Let's just say I'd be willing to bet in 1 month they get 50 million views for just like funny stuff, right? But 50 million people, is that right? 50 million people saw their content and now they know the name ClickUp. And even if 1% of those people go to the website, that's 500,000 website views. And if times 0.03%, that's 15,000 people a month. Let's just even do 1%, dude. That's 5,000 new users a month off of 50 million views for just making funny content, right? Funny pop culture. So I want to do something like this for Soku in the future. That was a long-winded answer to say I want to do something like this for Soku. Obviously, I'm a solo founder. But I'll also be using my own software to like grow my own social media and stuff. But yeah, it's a good question though, because distribution is the hardest part, right? I think everyone knows that now. Building isn't impressive anymore. You can have a cool idea, but unless you have some sort of distribution system, doesn't matter. But I really like that they do this, right? And I want to do something like this in the future. But for now, just building, having fun. All right, where we at? What was I waiting on just a minute ago? Was I waiting on the deployment? I can't recall now. Let's go back to the $52. Yes, that was just now. What did it say? The same thing. Does not exist. Oh shoot, I forgot. This is what I was doing. Does prod have real users in there that may survive the fix? No, empty or disposable. Does prod have apply migration from Vercel side. I'll write the SQL migration locally. You'll run Prisma migrate deploy. Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. We can do that. Submit answers. I forgot that I didn't actually deploy the tables. So in here, the tables are still empty. I could go in here and add it manually, but I want to go through this process with Claude. And then I want to create a skill based on our conversation that we're having right now that will then be added to this repo for future database migrations as well. Like anything that we have to do manually more than once, and if you know anything about databases, you know like you're gonna have to do multiple database migrations as the app grows and builds and you have more tables and rows and stuff. And so thinking ahead, like, okay, I could just go in here and create a table, name it, rate limits, but I want Claude to have all this context about what we're trying to do, and then it do it for me. And then I'd be like, hey, based on all that stuff, go create a skill so we can use it in the future. So when I run /migrations in a chat window that we've been talking about new features and stuff, it'll go ahead and do that for me. Okay. So I need to copy this. And then we'll go over here, real prod URL. I literally just grabbed that. So we'll go off screen real quick. Go grab that. Go grab that. Where's the connect button? Here we go. Grab that. Paste that little cutie in there. And then cd packages db. Paste that in there. Nice. Soku. So now I can go in and be like, based on the work that we just did, as far as doing database migrations, I want you to use the skill creator skill and create a new skill that will allow us to do these database migrations agentically whenever we need to, whenever we're building out new features, making updates, etc., etc. So let's see if we can go in and create a new skill based on that conversation. Yes. Let's refresh this. We should. Dev. Nothing. Let's make this bigger real quick and see what's going on. Actually stop because this didn't work. I thought it worked. All right. Let's see here. I think it's messing up in the formatting. What's going on? Yeah. Now let's go back into here, do a refresh. Okay, yeah, now it's in there. So now I should be able to. My name Send code. Invalid origin. Okay. At least it's another error. Or the same one. If it's the same one, I'd be frustrated. So I'm assuming that's a better auth thing. 403 better auth invalid app. Right? So let's go back into better auth. betterauth.com. Sign in. Continue. I already did this, dude. Oh wait, it's not better auth, it's resend. I'm silly. Resend. Can I? Domain is ready to send. Configuration, enable tracking. Dang it, dude. What about settings? Invalid origins. Oh. Let's see. This is because in my domain in resend it is launchsoku.io, but in my front end the app is on app.launchsoku.io. So there's a mix match, but I need it to be launchsoku.io in resend. Is there a way to add the subdomain in there? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but environment variables. Launch Soku web. Next public app URL. Save that. Redeploy. Redeploy. Better auth URL, but this is the launch Soku one. Methinks. Better auth URL. Preview and production. Edit. I don't think this is gonna work, but we'll see. Alright, we gotta wait for both of those to finish. And then we should be good on that front at least. And then once we do this, and we get all that working, it should be pretty Gucci. That's the hard part about software, to be honest, is like the configuration stuff. Configs are always hard. Alright, let's give this a refresh. That first one's not done, so we just gotta wait for both of these deployments to finish. Alright. That first one's done, now we gotta wait for the second one. And this is what I'm looking at, by the way. I'm just waiting for these first cell deployments to finish. Takes about, looks like almost 2 minutes on average. So, gotta turn a corner with all this stuff, dude. Gotta turn a corner. The good thing is, like, once all this infra's set up, dude, it's smooth sailing after that. Like, that's the whole point of all this. This, like, me spending literally, I mean, it's been 12 days, which I had a couple side quests in between, but me spending 12 days doing this is exactly what, you know, solo founders don't want to do. So I think that there's some value in this, and even if not, no worries. I'm using it. That's all that matters to me. All right, let's get this deployed and give it a refresh. Go ahead and turn this off. Let's go into my Gmail. Well, it said it worked, but I don't have an email in here. You know, it sounds really good right now. A really cheeky cigar. I just got an email from Fox Cigar. God, that sounds so good. Okay, focus, Chase, focus. Okay, where is that email? This is from earlier, so it's sent it. That was from dev. Let's go into the logs, because it said that it sent it, but I don't think it actually did. Yeah, it said it sent it. Okay. Resend API key is not configured. Set in your environment. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. I can fix that. Lickety split, you heard? That video is iconic. If you don't know what that video is, I look down on your pop culture references. Lickety split, you heard? Okay, what am I doing? Environment variables, resend API key. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't mind that at all, dude. Oh, that's right. Because I added it in the developer console, but I didn't add it to Vercel, which makes sense. EMG local, resend API key. Oops. Resend API key. We're going to add another one, resend from email. Resend from email, which is this little cutie. And for now, preview and production. We're not going to worry about it. This again. And once this is live, dude, we're off to the races as far as like building out features and stuff. Well, infrastructure features, that is. Okay. Where'd you go? This guy. Honestly, all this stuff is super boring. And so anyone hanging out and chilling and cutting it up, I appreciate it. Because I know like all this stuff, there's nothing glamorous about these streams, dude. These streams are so boring because like, I don't know. There's nothing fancy about this. Nothing fancy about building infrastructure. Everyone wants to build features, but then when their app gets 50 users, it explodes. You have to rebuild it. So, no thank you. All right, where we at? I think I can just use this one, to be honest. But to keep it safe, I'll wait. So I don't have to wonder if I'm doing it correctly. Also, I need to change this fav icon at some point. Yeah. So funny, dude. Some of these skits are actually really funny. Okay. Where are we at with the deployment? Getting closer. All right, bet. Good. Money. Big time money. All right, so that's it. As far as authentication goes, you know, well, actually, we gotta sign out. What happens if I Chaz? What happens if I do this? If I sign up, because I haven't tested this yet. Okay, we'll send a code to sign up. Let's see what it does. It did indeed send me a new code. Create account, and I created account. It says welcome Chaz. Nice. If we go into Neon, my database, and we go into users, I have a Chaz. And then before I didn't add my name, so it's chilling. But this is exactly what I want. And that was blazing fast. which is perfect. So I don't know. I'm actually stoked about this. I know that it's just authentication and it's not that sexy. But if you were here, a couple streams ago, I was having issues with Clerk and it was annoying. And I feel good about this. So especially like ease of setup, all it is some environment variables and database migrations. So this should all be able to be accomplished with a single npm command, npm setup, and it should be able to do all of this if the repository has connections via CLIs to all of the the potential users' services, like Neon, Vercel, Resend, etc. So I'm stoked about that. So the next thing that we'll work on is probably billing is already kind of set up. I think it's on pricing. Is it pricing? No. Okay, well, no stress there. Yes, I think the next thing would be figuring out the flow between this. So like if and when there's payments. Whoa, it's just loading. Oh, this is stuck in a loop. Nice. Yeah, between payments, how does someone like, so I think we're gonna do, it's called product-led growth, and it's a new term to me actually. But basically it's, you offer your free version of your app is the lead magnet for your business, right? And so you can talk about on social media or otherwise or anywhere about the free thing that your app can do, which in my case will probably be dashboard analytics, right? Like see all of your social media account information in one place. And then once they're in, you use 3 or 4 different various features to basically do upsells. And it's like they're already in it and you already have their email, so you can spam them with 500 marketing emails a day. That's the goal. Obviously I kid and I jest, but yeah, product-led growth, a new term that I just heard about. But anyways, with that, I'm about to sign off. It's 12:30. The night is young though. I could go on this for hours, to be honest. But stream completed. Well, goals for this stream is completed, which is fire. And so yeah, we're gonna regroup tomorrow. I need to do a little bit of planning on what the next features are. And then we'll go from there. But I appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm gonna sign off for the day. As always, be easy and go build something. Peace. I couldn't drop on the breakdown, the beat.